Whenever a first overall pick makes their NBA debut, it's gonna be highly anticipated. This is the debut of a player that potentially will be the face of not only a franchise, but also one of the potential faces of the league. For Orlando Magic forward Paolo Banchero, he entered his NBA debut as potentially the final piece of the puzzle for the Orlando Magic's rebuild. This is an NBA debut I've been looking forward to for years now. I've been watching Paolo since his junior year of high school, and it's safe to say he didn't disappoint in his NBA debut. Let's get into the tape. Here he's going to use his big frame, absorb the contact, spin, use his good touch around the basket for the easy two. It's not just about the fact he has a 6'10", 250-pound frame, it's also the fact that he's super athletic with that frame. Plays like this are why Paolo went first overall. He's going to hang dribble into the pull-up mid-range shot and he makes it look easy. He's going to pass fake to the corner, then he's going to drive, and then kick to the corner like he intended to all along, and passing is one of Paolo's skills, again, that made him a first overall pick. It was called a goaltend, but I really like his use of his handle, his quickness, and the strength to attack the basket. The defense tries to blitz a double team at him, but he picks it up and he's able to find an open shooter, which is a good sign for me for his ability to understand his own scoring gravity. We saw him pass off the wing, we saw him pass out of the post, and now we're getting a look at what he can do as a passer in transition. Makes a really good read to RJ Hampton for the wing three. This is just a freight train in transition. There's not much you can do about that, and the list of players that could probably stop something like this from happening is very small. This is a good example of using a combination of speed, quickness, control, and touch around the basket, all while also being able to finish around a pretty good defender in Jalen Duren, who probably is getting his own video in the next few days. This is an example of him being a transition threat, just running the floor, and again, just getting to the basket and having just incredible touch for a player that's his size. It's not many 6'10", 250-pound guys who have the skills to grab the rebound, push the ball in transition, and then attack the basket with the Euro step for a 2-point finish. Paolo Banchero finished the game with 27 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists, and that is a historically great rookie debut. In fact, let's put it into some perspective. It's the first NBA debut since LeBron James where a player scored at least 25 points, grabbed at least 5 rebounds, and dished out at least 5 assists. When the only other player that can be put into the same category as you is LeBron James, then you did something special. It was a stat line that honestly mirrored what I think Paolo can do at his best on a nightly basis in his prime. He displayed scoring, passing, and defending, and so does why he was the first overall pick. He's clearly NBA ready, and if he even has games that are 60% of what this was, he's going to run away with Rookie of the Year. It's only one game, but he just looked bigger than everyone else on the court. And when you're that big, and you can move like that, and you're as skilled as that, you're going to stand out on the court. I don't think he's going to put up these kind of numbers every game. If he does put up these kind of numbers every game, it's going to be the best rookie season of the last 10 to 20 years. I don't think he's going to be that good, but I do think that high teens, maybe floating with 20 points a game is a realistic possibility for what he can be, because there aren't many players that can match up with this kind of combination, where he's just going to be too skilled and too quick and athletic for guys that can handle his physicality as a player, and he's just going to be too strong for players who can handle that quickness and the skill as a player. It's really a combination that only a handful of players in the league are going to be able to contain, and he's only 19 years old and in his rookie season, and he's far from a finished product. I want him to take more threes, that's something I noticed, some inconsistencies from the free throw line. I feel like he could have attacked the basket better on a few drives, but really, the signs are there. This was the guy that Orlando took first overall for a reason, and if this game is a sign of things to come, and I still think there's room to improve based off this game, they're going to get a player that not only can be a star, but maybe even a superstar. And I don't throw the superstar term around very lightly. It's a hard goal to reach, and it's not an expectation I place on every player, because it means you're one of the 10 best players in the world, and it really speaks to what I believe Paolo can be if I believe that he can be one of them. because to me, I look at Paolo and see a player that has all the skills in the world, has all the potential to improve, to make those skills at an elite level and be a high-level scorer and a high-level passer at 6'10", 250 pounds, and super athletic. Like, that's not a combination that grows on trees every day. And combinations that are rare are also ones that I believe have a chance to be superstars. It's not guaranteed he becomes a superstar, but the tools are there for him to be a superstar. And a player that's going to be a handful for defenses to handle as a rookie, and probably going to be a handful for defenses to handle for years to come. But I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about Paolo Banchero's NBA debut in the comment section below. Do you think it was a fluke? Did you think it's a sign of things to come? Were you underwhelmed by it? Actually, I hope you weren't underwhelmed by it. And actually, if you were underwhelmed by his NBA debut, I would love to know what your expectations for his NBA debut were, because, again, it's a historically great NBA debut that he had, so we'll love to hear that for whatever reason, to each his own, I guess. Or were you surprised by his NBA debut? Which is a more likely reaction to something like this? But I'd love to hear all of that, not only about Paolo's NBA debut, but other rookies' NBA debuts as well. So if you want to leave that in the comment section below, I have videos planned about other rookies' NBA debuts, because it was a very impressive night of NBA debuts with these young players. So, and yeah, that's all I really had to say in this one. Have a nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Perfect.